Welcome to the Project Management Happy Hour. Our aim is to share frank and honest discussion about real-world issues in project management, but do it in a way that's not too dry, though it might get a little salty sometimes.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Project Management Happy Hour. I am your dungeon master, and project managers will die to me today. And with me is my current absolute scumbag of a peon on my ship, Kim Essendrup.
Reporting for duty.
Thank you. On this very special episode of Project Management Happy Hour, I will be running Kim Essendrup, slug who must prove himself, through a series of challenges as I, Kate Anderson, will be acting as your dungeon master and a game facilitator of a version of a role-playing game. We're going to call this Dungeons & Dragons because that's what people know, but I'm basically using a bastardized Apocalypse World system. So come attack me in the comments if you want to fight, and I'll fight with you because I'm a better DM than you. I said it. Wonderful. Today, Kim is going to be going through and working for the Imperial, what do they call them? The Empire.
I'm a contractor. I'm working for the Empire. I'm a contractor working for the Empire, and I've got a gig on some big space station somewhere. I don't know. They just said they need a project manager, so I got to go.
Wonderful. I, Kate Anderson, will be playing everyone else that is not Kim Essendrup. I will be playing, they're called non-player characters, or NPCs in the world. I will be asking Kim to roll dice as his character, which we have yet to name. And the roll of those dice determines what happens. Low numbers are bad, and high numbers are good. He'll get to add a number of D6s to his dice pool for every time he either makes a good choice, if he's capable of those, or whenever he is particularly proficient in something. So, Kimothy, tell us about your character tell us about this project manager who's working for the Empire and is ready to go onto this space station. What's going on? What's going on with this character?
I think he's a younger project manager. He's very eager. He's excited about his first big job for the Empire. He's a contractor, so he's got to make it count for himself and for his company. And I've actually got my uniform here. Now, those in the know will obviously see that this is a First Order logo, so it's a bit anachronistic, but it's
incredible. What company are you working for?
I'm a barist. I'm drawing a blank on all the companies, and let's say Cyberdyne Systems. I know I'm crossing universes, but
so you're a contractor working for Cyberdyne Systems. Incredible. Let's roll a d6, and we'll see what your relationship is like with your boss.
I got a 1.
Your boss hates you. Your boss thinks that you're garbage, and that's why they sent you on this particular assignment. So I think that you got a memo that you checked, and the memo said, and what is this project manager's name?
My name?
Yeah. It can be Kim, but if you don't want it to be, it can be something else.
Kim?
Kim?
I would not genosium clearly, but I was adopted, so.
Okay. All right. So you got a note from your boss. Your boss's name is Grace Dean, and she hates you. And you get a memo from her saying, new assignment. You're headed out on a transport later today that'll take you to this space station where you'll be your customer will be the Empire. So go do that, please, is what it says.
Do I charge for travel time?
There's no response.
Let's go.
Incredible. All right.
I'm so excited. I'm going to do my project.
Incredible. You get on your space transport that takes you out to this space station. How observant do you think Kim is?
Kim is very observant because they're very excited. They've not done a project like this. Very excited.
Okay.
Big, important project.
Incredible.
Maybe taking pictures for the people back home.
All right. So very observant. All right. I'll have you roll 3d6. This is going to be a version of a perception roll.
Okay.
Let's see where you're at.
I got a 14.
Okay. All right. So you see all kinds of things. That's great. So we're going to do anything a 10 or higher is a critical success. And this is just sort of a thing I like to do in the way I run my games. So As you're looking out the window on your transport on the way there, because windows are practical for space travel, and that's why they're in the Star Wars universe. This space station you're approaching is enormous and appears to be under construction. It does not appear to be finished yet. So you're on your way to a space station that is in progress build, but it looks like it's kilometers and kilometers long. It's a very, very big space station. What does that make you think about the work you might be doing?
Makes me think, wow, this is going to be a big project. I
Yes.
hope I'm not in charge of this whole thing because I'm just a new kid.
As you get close to this spaceship, you get a little. How do they communicate in Star Wars at this point in the universe? Like,
A little 3D holograph.
all right, because there's no way that Grace is sending you those because that would take too much time, right? So you can just get like, is it like an Apple Watch?
Just called a Space Apple
A
Watch.
space Apple Watch. Fantastic. On your space Apple Watch, you get a note that a droid will be picking you up and taking you to your desk whenever you get there.
So cool. They're giving me a droid. How cool is that?
I love that. All right, so bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, sparkling-eyed face. You get your transporter docks. You have a very little droid that shows up, and actually, we should roll to see what kind of droid. So roll a d6 and tell me just 1d6. This is for luck.
4.
Okay. What's a cool, not the coolest droid, but a cooler droid that could show up?
As a project manager, I think I would, an astromech would be cool, but a protocol droid could.
Oh, somebody who looks like C-3PO?
Yeah, he was a protocol droid. He was fluent in over 6 million forms of communication, which can be handy when you're running a project in a galactic environment.
I love that. Okay. Incredible. So we'll go with an all black protocol droid is who picks you up with like gold eyes. And they go, Kim, it is a pleasure to meet you. It is my duty to take you to your office. It was recently vacated, and we look forward to the way that you will make this space your own. And the protocol droid waka 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 and moves towards down the many halls to through the maze of this bit thing. What do you do?
What's your designation?
What is my designation? The name of the droid?
Yeah, what's your droid's name?
I am Chuckle R5.
Okay, Chuckles.
I prefer R5.
Okay, R5.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question to R5 here?
Absolutely. They're just toddling on down the hallways.
I noticed you said the office was recently vacated. That's an interesting detail.
Yes. It may not have been cleaned yet, which is why I brought that up to you. Do you have any other questions for?
Do you know what my project is?
Yes. You will be hold on. Working on the recreational thermal disbursement unit.
Okay.
Yes. There will be document briefings in the room, I believe. Speaking of, this is your room.
I'll go into my room.
Yes, it's not so much a room as it is that Chuckle R5 has walked you through, like, we're going to call like a bullpen of many workers. And so you're walking in front of Chuckle R5 as they direct you to a particular cube. And they say, here you are. Apologies for my misstating earlier. I did not have enough time to fully review your file, and some materials came after I got you. Roll for me a perception check. Are you feeling like confident, or are you like taking everything in, or are you freaked out a little bit?
I'd be trying to see, like, I would look around and see who else is in the bullpen, what's going on in my office.
Okay, let's do 2d6 for this.
I got a 6.
A 6. Okay. I think what happens at that moment is you're trying to look around the office, and Everyone is out to lunch. There's like nobody else here, or like that's what you assume, right? Like it's an empty room. There's no things on the walls that say like there's no motivational posters. There's no workplace break guidelines. It is stark gray.
It's not a cool picture of Darth Vader.
There's no cool pictures of Darth Vader. There's nothing there. So on a 6, it's a failure. So there's just nothing interesting in this room. And so R5 says, "I'll leave you to it then," and toddles off. Looking down at your desk, you see, a keyboard, screens. There's a couple different documents that are there that you can look through, as well as a cup of coffee and I think a tissue box and many tissues.
There's a cup of coffee there?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you do?
Is there somebody sitting here? Is the coffee hot?
The coffee's very hot.
That's weird. And there's tissues, like used tissues?
There are crumpled tissues.
Huh.
Do you touch them?
I don't think I want to touch them. All right. Anything else on the desk?
Many project schedules are laid out with things crossed out again. A lot of numbers have been scribbled and then crossed out again. What do you do?
Well, first, log in, check my email.
In there, you do find a scope document for the recreational thermal disbursement unit.
Okay. I'm going to read through what is the scope of this project?
You are to create a large water tank that can disperse thermal heat from the energy that this large facility produces. It needs to be in a place that has the most beautiful views off of the ship, and humans and other types of sentient creatures need to be able to use this as a recreational area.
Okay, so it's a pool of water
Mhm.
that's heated,
Mhm.
that has a view
Yeah.
for recreational purposes.
Yes.
It's an infinity pool on the Death Star.
It is a recreational thermal disbursement unit,
Okay.
and that's what it is.
And that's the scope of my project.
The scope of your project is to build this recreational thermal disbursement unit.
Okay. Who's my sponsor?
Your sponsor is Governor Tarkin.
How far along are we?
You have been blocked by... What have you been blocked by? This project hasn't been able to get off the ground because of... We're going to go with there's an architecture disagreement on how to build it, and potentially also a resources thing on where resources going towards building out additional functionality of the space station versus building out this particular recreational thermal disbursement unit.
Okay. Very good. Can I find any raid log?
No.
Punk. What a punk. No raid. No wonder they're gone.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. What about my team? Who's on my team?
I mean, you have a list of folks there. I did not come up with all these NPCs for this, Kim. So it's gonna be who do you want to talk to? Yes, you have you can talk to them.
All right. So I will. I have some. Who's my architectural liaison or my designer?
Fantastic. Your designer is Hizio Tiff.
Hizio Tiff.
Yep.
So my main thing is I've got an architectural issue, and then I have some kind of another resource issue.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to use our materials to build your thing, like metal. Whatever. Look at me. I'm a construction project manager. Yeah. Right. But if they have things to keep building out the space station, what are they going to build next? And they keep prioritizing other projects instead of yours.
Are there any other big issues?
I think those are the ones for now.
Okay. And then schedule and budget. And I'm behind schedule, it sounds like.
Absolutely behind schedule. I think you're at least a month behind schedule. This is supposed to be done in the next 2 months. I think on one of the notes that's here, you see Jetta test circled.
Is there a date?
Yes, that date is 2 months from now.
2 months. Okay. And based on what I see, when do I think we'll be there based on the...
Never.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good.
It looks as though you've come to a screeching halt.
So we're stopped. All right. So what is the first thing? Is it architecture that's stopping us at this point?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna go R5.
Oh, yes. How can I assist?
I need to talk to Hizil Vif.
Hizio Tiff.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yes.
Take me to Hizio.
Our eccentric designer, of course. Right this way. And your protocol droid toddles off. Takes you to where Hizio Tiff is. I think you walk into a far corner of the bullpen to like a bigger cubicle. And Hizio is a Hizio. He's built like a truck. And is wearing like a lot of layers. And he's sitting there like furiously going through different, like he's sketching different things in front of him. And they've got a bunch of measurements on them and he keeps checking back against something else. What do you do?
I knock on the cube. Hi, excuse me.
Hello.
My name is Kim. I'm the new project manager for the RTDU project. Can I ask you a couple questions? Looks like you're involved in that.
Oh, wow. They replaced the last guy fast, huh? Okay. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to know you. We don't have to know each other.
Okay.
Project is doomed.
Okay. Why do you think it's dimmed?
Well, I mean, they killed the last guy, so
They killed him.
yes.
Why did they kill him?
Well, they're behind schedule.
Okay.
And the folks in charge kind of don't like that.
No, and that's okay. Governor Tarkin. He's very time sensitive. Is that what you're saying?
Sure, but we all know it's not Governor Tarkin who killed him.
It was.
Does this guy not know?
I don't know.
Kim does not know. Okay. Well, Darth Vader is also on this ship, so I would love it if we all succeeded and nobody was dead.
I like that outcome as well.
He pulls a piece of paper from underneath all of his other papers. Paper sound shuffling. Shuffle. And slides it over to you on this long piece of paper. Are the plans for the RTDU. And there is even next to it a list of all of like the materials that are needed and everything else. And he says, this is what's needed to make the spec that I was given. So go ahead and take it and to do what you need to do. But
Okay. Now, can I ask you a question about the project?
I mean, sure, I don't have much more time. I've got to work on other things so I don't end up like your predecessor.
Well, I know, but I would hate to be in a position where Darth Vader says what happens, and I say, I don't know, I was trying to get info when I couldn't get it.
All of his built like a truckness like stiffens and he says, is that a threat?
No. I'm sure you're going to help me. And so, just one more question then before I go, if that's all right.
Okay.
So there was some architectural issue as well, not just resources.
Oh, somebody has an issue with my architecture?
I'm just reading what the last guy put down as an issue.
So he's blaming architect. He's blaming architecture. The last guy blamed architecture.
I'm just reading what was in the log here. So what do you know what they might have been alluding to from an architectural standpoint?
I think that Hizio like has a little bit of like, I can't believe the architecture. And R5 leans over and says, I do believe it was something about not believing the tensile strength of the glass edge of the forever going on edge. And that was the problem. And to which then Hizio is like, there's nothing wrong with it. And I like Infinity Edge. Infinity, it has a nice ring to it. People are going to want to be in there because it's recreational. There's got to be something interesting about it. I'm an artist and nobody loves what I do. Nobody.
So I was right. It is a swimming pool.
It's a recreational thermal disbursement unit. And that's what it is.
Do you know why they want this thing?
I don't. I wish I could say, but I'm not. I think it's because they think that there's an opportunity, they're a little over budget. And if there was a tourism opportunity, they would raise additional funds. And between you and me, I don't know if this is like a crazy idea or like a real idea. Like, I don't know which one it is. So, but hey, I don't want to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, Kim, not Kim.
Thank you.
Eh?
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And I leave the cube.
Okay. Where to now?
So I've got two major issues that I've been able to find. There's a problem with architecture in that the edge might not hold.
Yes. The tensile strength of the glass. Yeah. So think of like an aquarium where the glass isn't up to how much water would be in it. It's that type of problem.
And then there were some materials that he needed.
Yes.
I feel like I need to bring this up to my sponsor.
Okay.
I'm a little hesitant to go directly to my sponsor, considering who he is. So I'm going to first try to reach out to my boss and say, just boss, I got this project here and it's got a problem and I feel like I need to get some decisions made from my boss here or from the sponsor. How would I engage with that person?
Oh, so you go to Grace.
I go to Grace and say, how do I engage with the moth?
Okay. Let's have you roll for persuasion here. Your boss hates you, so you're only gonna have 2d6 for this. Like, I think you're a persuasive person. You just persuaded Hizio well, but I don't think you have anything extra with her.
3.
Incredible. Please give us your opening sentence to your boss to ask for help.
Sorry to bother you, but I want to make sure you don't get a phone call from Moff Tarkin on this.
If I get a phone call from Moff Tarkin, it will be because I have a new replacement for him right away. Good luck. And she hangs up the phone.
So helpful. So helpful. Yeah. All right. R5, who can tell me about this list of materials and what they're for? And we talk to an architect guy. There's got to be some engineering person who needs these materials is going to build with them.
Absolutely. R5 says, you could talk with Blorn Pavan.
And what is Blor's job?
Blorn is managing resource distribution on the ship.
Okay. Can you take me to Bloon?
Blorn?
Blorn, yes.
Yes. She will be very upset if you call her Bloon. So you walk through the maze of the space station to end up in front of Blorn. Help me out here. What race do we think Blorn is?
Blorn can be a Twi'lek.
All right. So Blorn is we're gonna make her like, I don't know how long Twi'leks live, but an equivalent human 60s. Real, like, as you walk up to her, you see a woman who knows how to get things done and only has time for people that want to get things done. So she's dressed crisp, smart, practical, but not overly pressed or overly starched or anything like that. It's clear she like works with her hands, still helps people move things around as part of her job, but everybody respects her and you can tell why. So what would you like to do?
Introduce myself. Hello, Blorn. My name is Kim. I'm the new project manager for RTDU.
She's looking around. She goes, all right, Kim, good to see you. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I was talking to my architect, and they say that you need some additional materials in order to do this project.
Is this for that RTDU project?
It's for the RTDU project.
No.
What do you mean no?
I cannot meet the requirements to get this thing up and running to support the energy systems that it needs, and also do that. All right?
So
I can't do that.
Why can't you do that?
She looks at R5 and she goes, is he stupid? Is he stupid? Do you know what happened to your predecessor? Which I assume was today.
Yes, I've heard about this.
Okay, well, I don't want to be your predecessor either.
Okay. I don't want to be my predecessor either. And now, if you were able to do both, what would you need in order to do that? Assuming that, yes, I understand you don't have it, whether it's people or resources, but help me understand what would you need?
I need additional funding. I need way more funding.
How much funding?
She gives you a number. It's a lot.
Wow. What do you need that much money for? Just so help me understand this. I'm just kind of curious.
I think you've been great with Lauren so far. Go ahead, roll 3d6 to see if you can convince her. 3d6, yeah.
I've got 9.
9? Okay. Success and a complication. So she's going to tell you, and something else is going to go, like another thing comes up. So she says, look, if I do this for you, it's not just for you. It's also, hey, don't drop that. Don't drop that. Hey, stop it. Hey. She goes, okay, look, I can't talk anymore about this, but that's the number, okay? and I have to, she starts talking in another language to get like a crane operator to not, as like something precariously tips towards losing it. What do you do?
Well, I'm sorry, what was her answer?
She gave you a big number and then was like, I gotta go.
Okay. All right. And so just to confirm, and I thank you for your time.
Oh, she's gone. She's
Thanks.
currently like trying to help somebody with like crane equipment. Is there anything you could do to make her life easier in this moment?
I'll run over and see if I can give her a hand if something's falling apart.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so you running over there, and she goes, Kim, grab this corner and push.
I'm pushing.
Do you give me is Kim strong?
Not especially.
Okay, how bad does Kim want to look good?
Kim will have a hernia if it helps
Okay,
him
let's
not
roll
be
2d6 to
killed.
see if you can succeed on this.
I am 6.
Incredible. So you push, and you don't help anything, and you watch this woman's.
Wait. As this is going, I'm yelling for R5. R5, get your tin ass over here.
Oh, of course, Kim. Roll one more d6.
4.
For 10. Incredible. With R5's help and your quick thinking, you are able to get this. I picture a bunch of steel tubes from sliding over. You're able to prevent them from sliding over, shove them back into place. Bjorn takes a look at you and she says, well, I didn't expect that. And here's what I have to say, okay? If I help you, I need not only the money for the materials that you need, but I also have to get something extra out of it. And you got to understand, kid, that that's how this whole game works. And other people are going to do the same. And you just got to say yes. And that's my advice from me to you. And now I've got to go.
What is the thing you need?
Money. I need all that money.
You said you needed a little something extra. Oh, money. Okay.
Hmm?
Thanks, Bjorn. I'll see what I can do.
She claps you on the back, knocks the wind out of your chest and leaves and starts yelling at somebody else as they're like, and this is, like it's a docking place where they're like shipping containers and, forklifts and all those types of, and like many droids, all kinds of folks working in here, just like moving stuff around. So incredible. All right. So now you know what you need to do.
And now I know the materials. Okay, good. And then, so we've got some kind of a problem with the edge tensile glass. Like R5, any thoughts on this? And like, who can help us understand this limitation or get us like better glass or whatever is needed here?
R5 says, well, you could speak with our supervisor of the project, Orson Krennic, if you would like to get advice on materials that meet the standards of this particular machine.
Yeah, take me to him.
This will be a holo call.
Oh, okay. They're not here.
He is overseeing a particularly unruly designer on a location.
Okay.
Toddles away. He takes you to a conference room where you can talk to Orson Krennic.
I'm using Space Zoom or Space Teams.
Space Teams? Oh, God. I mean, what would be the worst one? Space Teams, yes. You can place a call to Orson Krennic from here if you would like.
Ring, ring.
Hello, yes. Oh, who are you?
Hello, Mr. Krennic. My name is Kim. I'm a project manager working on a project for Moff Tarkin.
Oh, well, you're not the sponsors I was expecting, so what do you... be quick.
Yeah. So I'll be short with. I'll respect your time. Specifically, the project I'm working on is something called RTDU. Are you familiar with this project?
Of course I'm familiar with this project. I'm overseeing the entire operation. Of course I know this project.
So my architect, Hizio Tiff, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but
yes,
he's been doing some design work and is really concerned about the tensile strength of part of that design.
Okay.
Something to do with the edge, the tensile strength of the glass at the edge.
Okay. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
So he's really worried about it. And I wonder if you have some experts maybe, or some advice on materials we can use, or maybe some expertise you can lend just for a very short time, just until we have this one issue sorted out. We would appreciate, and I'm sure my sponsor, Moff Tarkin, would really appreciate your help on this.
He turns his head away and goes, Galen, and says, are you familiar with the tensile? No, I guess, okay. this is all Galen's idea, so I'm not really sure. It's fine.
Was it, wait, the Galen's idea was the pool?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so we need and he rattles off a particular material for the glass. I'm not gonna science right now. But he rattles off the type of glass that you need. And says if you're able to procure that, apparently that'll be fine. So get that.
Okay, I take a note of. Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Has the governor said anything nice about me?
He's very pleased with your work to date, I think.
Do you think Kim is a good liar?
No, I don't think he is.
You can roll a 2d6 and see if you convince him of this lie.
7.
You do.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so you said he's very pleased with your work to date. And so he goes, oh, excellent. I would like it. Please pass on to him and let me know what he says. Pass on to him that Galen's nearly finished with the next phase of designs. Let me know what he says.
I will. I will say, however, I know he's very concerned about this particular project. And so if I need some more help on this project, can I reach out to you and, for some help?
Sure.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Boop, boop, boop. Space WebEx ends.
I got some potential help there.
Okay.
All right. So I got the problems.
Uh-huh.
I know the materials I need. I've got some cost I need to get.
Incredible.
So I'm going to go back to my cubicle.
R5 says, yes, it's time for the daily status report, and starts to walk you. Yes, every day we have our daily status report with our sponsors. And now is the time for that.
Right now?
Yes. As you enter the bridge, the imposing doors open, and throughout the room you see, right, what we've seen before of having, many, hands working at the various stations that are here, a very long, almost catwalk that goes through it. And at the end of that catwalk is a very stiff, thin person and a person in all black with a long black cape. And as they turn from the side, you recognize an unmistakable helmet on this person.
Okay. All right.
As you walk in, R5 introduces you and says, yes, Governor Tarkin and Darth Vader, I have for you Kim, who is overseeing the RTDU project, the Recreational Thermal Disbursement Unit, at our regularly scheduled daily meeting status time. And then he goes to his waiting position, and there is a pregnant silence as you stand at the edge of this walkway and they stand at the other. What would you like to do?
Hello, sirs. Thank you very much for engaging me in this project.
Governor Tarkin turns stiffly and says, and what do you have to report today?
Yes, sir. I have a status update on the RDTU project, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I am just coming in today and learning where the previous project manager left it, and I'd like to give you an update and also request some resources in order for that project to be successful.
Mm-hmm. A bit eager to come in and request resources right away, but continue.
Yes, sir. This is your project, and I'm very excited to help your project be successful in any way I can.
The man to his left says, he does sound eager. Continue.
Overall status, sir, is, if I understand correctly, our key success criteria is implementing the RDTU while not impacting the JEDA test scheduled for 2 months from now. Is that correct?
Yes. You are already doing better than your predecessor.
Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, with the resources and the personnel I've worked with to date, it does not appear that the RDTU will be ready by then, but I may have a path to green for you if you would like to hear it.
Darth Vader says, huh. And what would you need in order to achieve this?
I need 20 meters of space glass, to complete the RDTU and ensure it meets the requirements. I also need funding in the amount of, and whatever the amount was that
Yeah. We'll say it's 700,000 bits.
I need 1 million bits.
Oh, good for you for asking for so much. I love that. Says Kate the DM. Incredible. Incredible. 1 million bits. Governor Tarkin's eyebrows go up at that number. It says, for some silly little pool, we need a 1 million bits. That's quite a bit of investment.
Yes, sir. It would seem so. The value, from what I understand, of the RDTU warrants that investment. But although, if you prefer, we can cancel the project and then allow you to focus other resources on attaining your Jedha target within 2 months.
I feel like Vader turns his whole body towards you and says, you had been doing so well until now. This must be completed prior to the Jedha test so that the thermal heat generated by the power of our lasers has a place to cool. And I have a location from which to watch the successful test of this particular vehicle.
Yes, sir. Then in that case, Lord Vader, I would need 1 million bits. And in fact, to be safe, sir, if I could have 1.25 million, that would make absolutely sure we could be on time.
You're so bold and incredible. Please, you are not a good liar. Please roll for me 2d6 to see how convincing this is.
10.
Ah! The 10 is a success with no complications. All right. So you say you need 1.25 million bits?
I need 1.25 million bits.
I'm going to say that you feel an oppressive, invisible, force come over you, where you feel as though your whole body is going to get like you're in the palm of a very strong creature that could break you into little pieces if it wanted to.
Do I feel empowered by the dark side from my lie?
No, you don't, because you are a boring person who's not force sensitive. That's not this fantasy. You're just a regular little baby person.
I want to be a Sith project manager.
That'll be next year. But you feel the weight of this force come through and you say 1.25 million bits. And you say it with such conviction that the Darth Vader releases his force grip hold on you. And Darth Vader turns a quarter turn towards Governor Tarkin and says, he needs 1.25 million bits. And Tarkin goes, granted, do not waste these resources. Dismissed! And they turn to walk away. What do you do?
I get out as quickly as I can.
You usher yourself out of there and head back to your desk. I think on your Space Apple Watch, you get a notice of the increase in funds that your project has just received. What do you do?
I get right over to Blorn.
Okay. All right. All right. You go to Blorn. Blorn wears this because she thinks it looks hot on her.
Okay. Yeah. The tentacles. That's good.
It looks good. It sits in between the tentacles.
Excuse me, Blorn.
What? She walk up to her and she's facing away from you.
So you said you needed 700,000?
Yeah, I did.
And you are absolutely sure it's going to get on time. If I give you 700, if I can get you 700,000?
She turns to look at you and says, I am sure. Why?
If I were to get you, say, 800, could it be 2 weeks early?
Who? Kim? It's a deal. She holds out her hand, gives you a big shake, and says, "You're on, kid."
All right. And then I guess I got to go find out. I go back to my Space Amazon and order the glass. I guess, how do I order the glass?
She goes, yeah, just submit your bill of materials and I'll get that in the dates you would like them.
I would like those dates 2 weeks early.
Good. She gives you a chip or something that's like the form. Incredible. Your first day on the job has been successful, and you live to see your first successful day aboard the DS-1 orbital battle station.
Day one.
Day one.
I survived my first day.
You survived your first day.
And then if we get done, then I can maybe say I was done early and under budget. If I
Yeah,
don't spend all 1.25.
it's true. Yeah.
But
well,
the way Blorn was playing, I would kind of expect some additional cost to come later.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Bayer would hate to know about Lauren, how she runs things. Incredible. But thanks for tuning in today. I've been your dungeon master, project manager, and several other characters in this. Thank you, Kim, for giving us Kim as the incredible junior project manager aboard the DS-1 orbital battle station. And we'll catch you on the next episode of PM Happy Hour.
May the status report be with you. Always.
If you want more of this, if you want more of this, tell us in the comments. If all you want is D&D project management, that's my dream job. The dream job, close to it. But otherwise, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you want to get more of our podcasts. We're adding our backlog to the station channel. Wow.
DS1 station.
Yeah, the DS-1 station. So hit that subscribe button for more project manager content from nerds like us. Bye.